Fanboy Modeling School.
Hello and welcome to the Fanboy Modeling School. I am the Fat Mantis, now in HD. I am here with my partner in crime,
Steve, running with gimmicks, also in HD, my brother. How are you?
I'm living the dream, but you know what? I'm doing it while very enraged. They're taking pot shots at El Presidente, my boy Trump. They've got a bounty on his head. You've got Californian teachers psycho enough to take up arms against this man. The world is falling apart.
RizRadio.com, RizRadio Live, 365, Fanboy Modeling School. Catch all the replays. Music for your next breakup.
What I love about this is that Steve always, he always acts like he's the chill one, right? He's just like, I'm chilling. I don't know why you're flipping out. In the meanwhile, that just makes me flip out more.
You know what's crazy? You oscillate back and forth on who I am in this show. I'm either within 20 minutes, I'm like, you're an emotional wreck, Steve. Look at you.
Steve, when are you gonna realize that you're the foil? You're whatever I need.
Right.
Be my enemy.
In that moment.
That's when the other day you were trying to be like, well, you're calling me a liberal because of this, that, and the other thing. I'm like, no, I'm calling you a liberal because I feel like being angry at liberals right now, and you're standing in front of me.
Catalyst. I am the catalyst, and so you sometimes you look at me, you probably see that prom date that never showed up, and you're like, damn you,
bitch, Natalie. I'm kidding. Natalie did show up, and I hit that. Anyway, my man, how are you doing? Let's talk about you for a minute.
I'm doing really well, man. You know, the world is in an interesting place. Entertainment is in an odd place right now. You know, we're really in a holding phase in everything. And I mean that in life. I'm waiting to find out if I'm going to get promoted. I'm waiting to go to Disneyland with my family, or as my son calls it, Mickey City. You know, everything's in a holding phase.
That's a good name for it.
Mickey City it's fantastic. Found out my what up, Berlin? Thank you for coming in, my brother, over in
Burls, my man.
Shout out to DT Dub and the whole Rumble crew. Hey, what up? Bex says, shaking my head, outing Natalie is wild. Yeah, Bex does not like when people kiss and tell, man. Did I tell you that? She's about protecting.
Don't worry, Bex. I can keep a secret.
Shout out to Berlin, the whole DT Dub Rumble.
The Rumble Kids. I call them the Rumble Kids.
With the Mortal Kombat tournament coming up soon, which Mantis will be receiving his formal invitation to.
I'm going to be there. We got dates on that or no?
Berlin, drop it in the chat. Remind us of the dates so I can make sure we promote you and it. I was going to make sure that StreamYard is picking up the right mic. You know, every once in a while, you might notice when you watch the playback. Only on YouTube.
Sound good. You sound really good right now.
Thank you. Only on YouTube does it do this. It only does that on YouTube, where we get to play back later and we're both sounding like we're in tin cans, like welcome to Fanboy Modeling School.
Right.
August 25th.
I have till August 25th to train.
Yeah, he wants to give everyone ample time. You know me, I say show up to the fight and let's see what happens. Berlin, you don't know how many times we've been at the bar.
We're doing Mortal Kombat 1?
What are we doing? MK1, Berlin?
Or 11?
Berlin's an 11 fan. He's an 11 and
I'm an 11 fan. I'm all about 11. I swear by 11. Here's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to complain about the schematics or the layout or whatever of the mechanics of 1. I just can't deal with the new story. I already know a story. I like my characters the way they are. I don't need Elseworlds Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, MK11 Berlin says MK11 is going to be.
Yo, Burls, you're speaking my language, brother. I will be there with bells on.
You know what's crazy? Because of the Elseworld portion of MK1, a lot of people think that pretty much ruined that game, and no one's into it.
Right.
And I gotta be honest with you, I kind of like where Mortal Kombat went. I love that they created this whole new storyline.
You would.
I like Liu Kang as the friggin' the guardian of Earthrealm. I think it's pretty cool, man. I think it's pretty cool.
I can't wait till they've put everything back. But the real question is this not weird that in the Hollywood scene we have a year that we're getting both Mortal Kombat 2 and Street Fighter?
That is odd. I am not amped about Street Fighter at all. Like, I'm gonna go see it. But
are you serious?
Yeah, it just looks too jokey for me. It just looks too jokey.
Story Fighter is very jokey.
No, it's a very serious story, man. There's some deep story going on.
No,
there.
but I'm saying in terms of like graphics and the way they do things, like for instance, just look at Guile. that is the Japanese are literally making fun of white people. Guile is a walking like bigoted joke against white people, and I'm all for it. I'm absolutely for it. Like, what the hell is Blanca? What is Blanca? I don't even know. Do you think Dalsim represents Indian people well? I don't think so. I think
in the comics, he's actually one of the more powerful characters. I don't think his power scale was represented well in the early games. In
the early games, no, and then they started they started having him teleport, and he's floating around in lotus position.
In the comics,
he's like a sorcerer.
Encounter with Ryu in the comics, he sunned Ryu up. Like, absolutely sunned him up and said, "There's so much you don't know about chi." Burton's going off in the Rumble chat. He says, "I need a consensus for the time, though." Then goes on to say, "But also don't forget the tournament is a 2-part thing: prelims and tournament after." Yes, MK11 is his preferred, and he says the new story wasn't bad, referring to Mortal Kombat 1. It didn't piss me off, but Raiko was the main reason why I got back to it. But yes, MK1 definitely killed a lot of stuff for Mortal Kombat. Yeah, I don't even think people were very enthused in the tournament aspect of it at all either. And shout out to Rogue Planet and Dragon Lady over in YouTube.
Yeah, much love over there. But honestly, I'm all for it. I'm going to watch them both and see which ones are better. Remember, I really didn't like the first Mortal Kombat. I'm not talking about classic Mortal Kombat back in the 90s. Right. I'm talking about this one they had during the pandemic. Did not like that movie.
Yeah, we watched live, and I remember that being one of the worst times ever. You were cranky, Shaolin was cranky, I was cranky. Well, no, Shaolin wasn't cranky. He never gets cranky. But like towards the end,
never gets cranky.
Like, this is a bad movie. Welcome in, D Love. Beck says, honestly,
D-Love, what up?
This Street Fighter has always looked jokey.
It's always been jokey. E Honda, come on, man. These things are funny.
Two mistakes. You agreed with Mantis publicly, right? So now you're going to the gulag, and then you just Street Fighter, the superior fighting game. You know, it's a great game that just died off, and it's 100% the studio's fault. You're gonna agree with me on this. Soul Calibur.
My God.
Had all the promise in the world, man. It took all the best mechanics from Virtual Fighter, Tekken, Street Fighter, and Mortal Kombat, rolled it into one of the most comprehensive fight games I've ever seen. And just
amazing. And then honestly, they were doing well, and they even got it to when they renamed it because with the new graphics, Soul. First it was Soul Edge, then it was Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
It was doing so good, very popular. I don't know what happened to it. I think it's weird. This happens all the time when a game is extremely popular, but it doesn't get a sequel.
Yeah. Like a proper sequel. Yeah. No, they never made a Soul Calibur movie, Berlin. There might be an anime thrown out there. I kind of oscillated back to superior fighting games. I honestly think Soul Calibur was one of those games where I just did not understand how people didn't love it. Like,
it's amazing. It was amazing. I had so much fun. Yeah, Soul Calibur. It's one of my jams. Another one of mine, Rival Schools.
Oh, Rival Schools was
oh man, Rival Schools, man.
And what was it? Gears of War. Gears of War was another good one, man. Was it?
Gears of War was good. And they keep making Gears of War. At least we're getting sequels to that. I think.
Yeah. What was that one game
you're thinking of? You know what? You're thinking Guilty Gear.
Guilty Gear, yes, Guilty Gear. That game was absolutely ahead of its time.
Gears of War is when it's a shoot 'em up when they're fighting monsters that come out of the ground. Yeah. Okay.
What was the one game we played back in the day? It was a fighting game, but it had like old school monsters in it. There was a Vampirella type chick in it. There was a werewolf.
Oh, Night Stalkers.
Night Stalkers, also a good game.
Yeah.
You know what? Since we're talking about games, man, and we got gamers in here, Capcom having a banner year, making a comeback, man. They just released 2 hits in a row, man. Their new game, their new Resident Evil game, and then that other one with the guy in the mech suit with the little blonde chick, and he's running around.
Well, the only videos I'm seeing, it's called Pragmata. The thing about Pragmata is so much controversy.
Why?
You've heard about what? So here's what it is. This is why we can't have nice things. And guys, there's a little trigger warning for the perverts of the internet, right? And so on Reddit, there is a Pragmata thing.
Yes.
And then moderators did a Pragmata safe for work. Essentially inviting the pervs to dominate the main chat. And they're allowing people to make all these disgusting comments about that little girl that's in the video game.
What?
And here's what it is. I'm behind on the times, so I wasn't even paying attention. And then finally, when I tuned into a video to actually see what it is, that's not a little girl. That is a very little girl.
Yes.
That is like the most disgusting thing I've ever heard. If people are even if they're making jokes.
That's what I'm talking about, man. It's weird, man. And I know most of the time I'm overhyping the whole Ariana Grande Zendaya thing. Just to see if we ever get someone in the chat that gets so offended, so I can be like,
those Ari fans go nuts, man. Those they go crazy, right?
But it's true, man. It's a weird thing. But what are we talking about here, man? We've been watching anime for years, and you and I, forget anime. You guys ever seen a movie called The Professional? Well, don't ever watch.
Whoa!
Yeah, don't watch
a
the
classic.
Don't watch the uncut version called Leon, the Professional. No offense to your not your countrymen, but the French. They're all.
I have disowned those fuckers.
They're all about the weirdness. Let's just go over the
I'm
chat.
100% American these days.
Burley says, "I love Gears of War." Oh yeah, no, I love Gears of War too. Actually,
Gears of War is great, but
that's a game I would play live. I'm kind of nice at Gears of War. I won't toot my own horn, but that's a shooter I can get behind. And then we got Bex chiming in. I heard about the weirdness around Pragmata. Yeah, I didn't know about it until Mantis brought it up to me. D Love said it's not weird, Bex. People are freaking gross, and Berlin blames Twitter.
that is a straight up in that thing. That is so here, when everyone was talking about it and they said a girl, they're like, there's a girl. The concept is like a scientist's daughter was dying and he's trying to replace her. I expected like, how Japanese games are, Japanese schoolgirl or something. I get it. No, that is like a straight up little girl. That's like a girl who just is like a 4 or 5 year old, maybe. Like,
bro,
man.
Everyone loves Blade, the first movie. We were all blown away. But we all shared one awkward moment the very first time we saw that movie in the theater. And it was jarring at the very least. At one point, Blade takes his friend, the woman who had just gotten bitten by Deacon Frost's lackey, to go find vampires at a Japanese vampire club. And when he bursted in, there were a bunch of old Japanese vampires sitting around watching 2 young girls on stage perform Japanese hip hop. And I remember just leaning back in my seat going, What is happening here?
Well, it's commentary on how weird the Japanese is. No offense to any of you Japs who are out there in the comments.
Whoa. What do you mean, Jack? I can't say that word. What is this? The 30s? What are you, soldier boy? Do we have any boys fans in the house? The boys. Anyone watch the boys on Amazon?
So here's the thing. So I've always been a reluctant boys fan, and the thing is I like it for a plot. I like it for more superhero drama. I wish there was. Here's what it is. We can put a man on the moon.
Yeah.
But we can't have a switch on stream that allows us to lower the rating, because you know how they have all these dick shots and nudity and grossness. Yeah. They should have an edit where I don't have to see a dick, but I can still enjoy the show. And you know what's happened? This happened the other day. I was at a church gathering. We're all out to lunch, and they were like, "Yo, what are you guys watching on TV?" And I was naming the shows I'm watching, and I was about to say boys, and I said, "Oh, and I'm also watching the." I was like, you know what? If I say the name of this, and if they don't know it and they check it out, they're gonna think something's wrong with me.
Yeah, spiritual.
If they do know it, they're going to think something's wrong with me.
They're going to think something's wrong with you, and then they're going to start hitting you up on the side because now they think they have a friend. They're going to be like, hey, we have a group we meet in. It's more of an outside church activity, and then you're going to have to rat on them to the priest.
Yeah. So for the most part, I am a boys fan when the dicks are not flying.
Okay. I got one for you. Berlin says he remembers vividly that scene in Blade. Stormfront. Never saw the body. Always thought it was weird how she just went out at the beginning of last season. No explanation, just bit her tongue off. Soldier Boy brought up a good point. I'm not watching the season. I'm just catching the recaps on YouTube in case we ever need to talk about it. But Soldier Boy, apparently when he made his one episode, he asked Homelander, he's like, hey, did you ever see the body?
You're right. Smart motherfucker, right? Well, I mean, obviously, what's they have hinted at it so much. It's like it's super obvious.
What's that?
That she is Homelander's mom.
Yeah. See,
it wasn't a crack whore. Which yes, they're gonna do that because. Yeah, see, this is the problem. This is the problem with the boys. Why can't I enjoy this drama without this incest stuff coming up, right?
I'm about to call, as the kids say, cap. Also, side note, would you prefer to say you're capping or you're perpetrating? That's just for the group out there. I want to just check everyone's slang era right now.
So,
capping or perpetrating?
Well, for starters, perpetrating. Well, here's the thing: perpetrating sounds freaking amazing. You know why? Because that sounds early 2000s, even though it isn't.
Right.
You know what I mean? You perpetrating. But cap is shorter. Cap is easier to say. But perpetrating, that totally sounds like a late 90s, early 2000s lingo, right? It's not. Gotcha. But why is this what the kids are saying now? Perpetrating?
Yeah, no, I've read across a funny meme. Berlin says Homelander has been such an infamous meme. It makes me want to check out the show. Yeah, he is definitely the black pill meme, Berlin. Like Homelander is the, as Mantis likes to call them, the friggin' what did you call these guys? Warhammer Christian meme, red pill meme, black pill meme. D-Love prefers perpetrators. Okay.
Warhammer Christians.
Warhammer Christians.
Ortho bros.
You know what's made a resurgence on the internet, man? No one loved that movie, Kingdom of Heaven, when it first came out. I dragged Higgins to see that when I moved to California. That movie is shared constantly on the internet. It is one
I remember liking that movie. I seriously remember liking it. It's been years since I've seen it, right? But yeah. I remember
I thought it was great.
Yeah. So really quick on the boys, quick analysis of the boys. So for those who don't know, so the boys is a dark take on superheroism. Basically, the concept is they're having a run, and it's very Christian. The concept is this: they believe that anyone who ends up getting superpowers becomes an evil, dark son of a bitch because the human soul universally is just dark. And if you have powers over your fellow man, you're not going to be good. You're going to be horrible. So in this universe, all the heroes are evil and they're sadistic psychopaths. And so a corporation bought like sponsor superheroes and they clean up their image for them.
Yep.
Right. And so that's the ongoing thing about it.
I would go for it. I'm sorry.
Sorry, you were gonna say?
No, finish your thought.
No, I was gonna move on to something else about the boys, but
I would have preferred in the comic proper and the TV show if they would have kept everything you just said, right? That entire premise, but made it actually superhero-esque, right? Like, yes, these are superheroes, and it shows that absolute power corrupts absolutely, but still doing stuff, which is why, like, still fighting superhero battles and it not be a fraud, which is why I prefer Invincible, right? Because
Invincible's been amazing.
You still get
consistently amazing. I don't think it has a bad season.
No, not at all. Beck says that she prefers capping, but perpetrating in the wild. So out in the streets, Bex is out there calling people out as a perpetrator, right to their face.
Perpetrator.
Berlin says that reminds me of Brightburn. Yes, Brightburn is getting a sequel, by the way, much to Mantis's chagrin.
Oh, it is.
It is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Getting a sequel.
Yeah, because that's funny that he said Brightburn, because and so the way Invincible, which is a cartoon, different comic book creators, whatever, that's also an adaptation of a comic, and that's just basically the concept. It's a what if Superman was evil.
Yep.
And it's the best. There's a lot of those, but I think Invincible is the best of those.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously, Spawn helped kick us off with the Spawn, Youngbloods, all that stuff gave us a darker take on superheroes. Wildcats. By the end of the Wildcats run, I'm not even sure they were a superhero team by the proper definition.
Yes, exactly.
I remember picking up an issue one day and I was like, "This is really depressing." I'm like, this is not golden era stuff. Yeah, it's I seen an article the other day, man. I should probably fact check that. But yeah, James Gunn, it says they're in there. Actually, any Boondock Saint fans in here? Boondock Saints.
No,
Boondock Saints is getting a Netflix. The final movie.
I'm all about it. I'm absolutely all about it. Yep. But wait, hold on. So Invincible. Let's talk about it real quick. Actually, I'm sorry. Let me finish with my thought on the boys.
Go for it.
So in the boys, they did a spin-off about a college for superheroes, right? Called Gen V. Just got canceled after 2 seasons. I have to say, I watched the first season. It made me I had no desire to see the second season. Right? Not good. However, they're about to do a spinoff called Vault Rising, and that's about the first generation of superheroes during World War II.
Yeah, I don't think it has legs. To be honest.
I'm excited for it because it's Soldier Boy, and I think Soldier Boy is great.
I think Soldier Boy's great, but again, man, I would have much preferred like a grittier Captain America story, because that's the one thing I've always wanted. Like, not U.S. Agent, but Soldier Boy is he is an amped up version in the TV show version of Homelander. Like, he's actually more Homelander than Homelander. Like,
yes, I agree.
And it's crazy because I just want to go back to something you said before. If it turns out that Stormfront is his mom and she did what she did.
Well, here's what it is. I assume she didn't know. I have to assume she didn't know.
I think she knew, and it fits in it fits in with the whole Aryan Nation dialogue. I've always said this about you white supremacists, man. You do anything to stay superior, including screw your own mom. If you thought that way.
Just for the record, when he said you, he was not talking to me. Okay. No. I realized I was worried. I was like, should I say something? Because the audience is not going to really understand what you're saying, right? So, But so then there's that, and then moving on to Invincible. So let's talk about the controversial episode. I know you haven't been keeping up. However, do you know what happened during the season finale this week on Invincible?
I know Thrag was introduced and he did a Super Saiyan punch to Nolan.
So they've been doing the Viltrumite War this whole season, but there's something controversial in terms of both Christendom and the culture war.
You put me onto the Satan worshiping episode when he went to hell, so I had to go check that out. I watched a bit of that. Yeah, I do love that at the end of the episode when Satan gets his proper form back, that the devil detective bends a knee and And freaking was like, yeah, I'm not bowing to Satan.
Right. Yeah, that was amazing. Because I'm not bowing to Satan. So check this out. Here's what happened this week. So during this season, earlier on it, his girlfriend, Adam Eve, her powers aren't working correctly.
Okay.
They're like acting weird and they're not responding correctly. So she's doing all these like different scans. She's having robot do all these scans. And then finally he's like, wait a minute. Why don't I do an old classic pregnancy test? Boom, she's pregnant. She doesn't
early in the story.
Yeah, she doesn't tell Invincible. She's keeping it a secret, and for a few episodes she keeps trying to tell him and she doesn't, because it's never a good time, right? Finally he gets pulled away. They're like, there's the Viltrumite war, we need to go fight in the Viltrumite war. His father comes back and it's like, I don't care if you hate me, this is for the survival of the planet, you have to come. So he goes. For a few episodes he's out in space, right? He returns, and when we see Adam Eve again, she's normally like a stick figure in terms of like, typical superhuman girl figure, right? Skinny. She's gaining a lot of weight, right?
Right.
And she's like, they're talking, and she's finally like, I have to tell you why my powers weren't working. And he says, what? And she goes, I got an abortion. And instead of telling him that she was having a child, she tells him she's like, I was pregnant. I didn't think it was good for us to have a kid. I got it aborted without even talking to you. And people are flipping out on the internet over this, man. This is straight up culture war stuff.
We just cannot have nice things. Berlin says
I thought that immediately.
Concept. I love when they try something new in movies or do what if types movies, talking about Brightburn. Yeah, a lot of people really enjoyed that. And now I'm going to tell you what I'm upset about, right? There was no need to include that in the narrative. That just like there was no need to give him a black girlfriend. But it just seems like, and now after this, we're going to talk about something else. Very spontaneous episode. Spontaneity is what we're doing tonight, bro. This is stupid. They're rage baiting. They want people to be angry about this type of stuff. And also, there are rumors on the internet that they're going to gender swap a major X-Men character in the X-Men movie.
What is going on? Are you kidding me? Whoa. This is why we can't have nice things, right? And I agree with you. Why do you have to bring abortion into Invincible? It's a cartoon about superheroes. We're having a good time. We're watching people destroy planets and fly around, and he traveled to hell before, and just zany shit. Why do you have to put an abortion in it and make it controversial like that? That's how the season ended, by her telling him. Right. And right? and now
they're rage baiting because the liberal, okay, here it is. We finally got there. Political rants, because the liberal tactic liberal tactic in regards to abortion is always to shove it down your throat and normalize it. And they've succeeded at this tactic to the point where they managed to convince people that children are parasites and or a lump of clump. But if you're following me on Instagram at my alternative account, you would have just seen a video I posted of a child that's in utero. They had to do a procedure, and he or she stuck their little hand outside of the mother's stomach, and there's a fully formed hand in there. Oh, you might have seen that other thing I posted. The massacre in Philadelphia. You remember this? When they found that illegal abortion clinic or the dump? Yes.
Right.
Fully formed children. But here we are watching an animated show about freaking superheroes, and they want to normalize the concept of murdering children. And they want you to be okay with it. They're like, hey, slide it right in there right after he goes to hell. Like, and normalize hell because we're going to go on an adventure to reinstate Satan, right? Because there's a deeper evil. And by the way, there's no heaven. There's always good intentions. And that's what makes humans. It's humanism. And that's why I hate humanism. Right. That's why I hate weak Christians too.
Yeah, I once again, I'm sorry. It's so funny. We always get to culture war. We always get to like screaming about liberals, and now I'm going to do it. I'm going to start talking about church, right? So, I was at a progressive church the other day, and my friend who went with me, she was like, I was like, what'd you think? And I was fine. I was fine with everything that went on. And she's like, I hate these progressives. And she's like, they don't give good sermons.
No,
and I thought about this. I was like, is this true that progressives don't give good sermons? And I thought about it. You know what I think that it is? If they actually question the resurrection of Jesus Christ, then there's no zeal to be had. There's no energy. There's no fire. There's nothing to be excited about. If you are questioning, you're like, well, I'm not sure if it happened.
Bro,
right?
Bro, this is why I'm a creedal Christian. This is why I'm a creedal Christian, because the creed is a litmus test to tell us who's in and who's out. The divinity of Christ is not a debatable subject.
Right.
And D says, Burley says, W hating humanism. Thank you, Burley. D wants to know what X-Men character they're going to gender swap. Who knows, D? It could be Wolverine for all we know. And then
actually, they're not going to have a Wolverine.
No, they're not going to have. They're doing an original cast member. I personally think it's going to be Angel. Likely candidates, Angel or Iceman. And you can bet your bottom dollar they're going to start the Iceman gay story early.
Yo, bro, it's obvious. It's you just explained it. It's Angel.
It's Angel.
So Angel. It's so Angel. Oh my God.
Welcome, Carmen.
Here's the thing, though. Now that we've figured out who it is, I think I'm a little less enraged, right?
Yeah.
Because, come on. Are there really any Angel fans out there?
No.
I've never been an Angel fan. Here's what I'm saying. Even when it was Archangel, trust me, Archangel is better than Angel. However, still not the greatest character.
Carmen, I'm sorry. Welcome back, Carmen. And D doesn't like that I used hate. D, can I say completely and utterly, entirely loathed?
No, she doesn't like the word hate. We shouldn't use the word hate.
Yeah, I don't know why
I despise it down to my genitals.
Utterly in the deepest, darkest part of my soul. I wish the worst on you people. I hope you stub your toe every morning. Not you, D. The liberals, I hope you stub your toe every morning for the remainder of your life. And I want you to stub it right on the pinky nail and then hit the webbing on the inside.
Yo. Okay, so here's what I'm saying. I'm sounding, wow, the webbing. Yeah, I don't know if I sound like a psychopath right now, but I'm actually like, not that I would prefer it that they gender swap it, but now that we're talking about it, I'm kind of curious as to like what an Angel.
You heard it here. Mantis is a liberal. You heard it here.
Yeah, maybe they could cast a hottie as an Angel, like Sabrina Carpenter or something. Right? Wouldn't that be cool?
Sabrina Carpenter is up. Is that the young blonde lady with the well endowments? Because there's rumors she's going to be playing the White Queen.
Oh, right. I had heard that. And so there's a couple of rumors. Like the rumor is that Storm and Rogue will be in it, but they'll be Brotherhood of Evil Mutant members, and they'll like maybe see the error of their ways by the end of the movie or something. Who knows? But
who knows where to go. In regards to Invincible, man, Mark and Adam Eve actually have an amazing love story in the comics, and they eventually do have a child. It's actually beautiful because Adam Eve is a really planetary reality warper. She just can't use her powers to full scale. So she has one of my favorite side traits as a superhero, involuntary power. So you know what that means? It's just a writing mechanism, right? Whatever her power needs to do at any given point.
For instance, in the show that happened when she was fighting Conquest.
Yes.
Like she was completely defeated, basically dead, or on the verge of death, and then suddenly all sorts of crazy shit happens, right?
Yeah. At one point, Thrag rips them apart. Her, Adam, Invincible, Adam, Eve, and she basically brings them back to life. And at the end of the story, it's actually really beautiful. So, spoiler alert, if you didn't read the comics, Adam Eve is on her deathbed when Mark becomes the Viltrumite emperor and everything, and she's an old lady. She's lived an amazing life traveling around the universe, setting things right with Mark, and she's laying in her bed, and she dies. And Mark is, he's basically immortal. He ages at a very slow rate. Next panel, her powers bring her back to life, and she's turned back into young Adam Eve, and they conclude.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
It would be annoying.
Only if you didn't love your wife. You just like, I thought I was free.
No, but I'm saying, because a lot of old people, I'm about to start getting weird right here. A lot of old people tell me it's exactly like the end of Sinners. They're happy to be going. They're like, they're like, I've lived enough life, and now I'm ready to go see Jesus, and I'm good, right? And so, imagine you lived your life, you're tired of all this bullshit, and suddenly your powers make you a teenager again.
Man, it's the Benjamin Button effect, man. But yeah, I don't know why they included that. I mean, I know why they included abortion into the storyline, and it's to normalize it. We just all got to stay on guard and not allow it to be normalized. Here's the sad part about this conversation, man. Until it's completely outlawed, genocide is completely committed on a daily basis. But what we can never let people do is be comfortable to genocide, and that's what they hate about Christians and people who are pro-life the most, is that we just won't fall into the lukewarm behavior of being okay with anesthetizing the word murder. In fact, anytime someone says it, I try to make it a point. I'm like, murder. Like, oh, you want to hear something crazy? This is one of these reality shows. I do not get this, my brother. I don't know what it is. Some hip hop, but love madness type stuff. And it's all the women standing in front and they're being interviewed. And one woman is crying and she's just like, I just had an abortion. And it was twins, and one of the chicks behind her was like, "Damn, double homicide," and I was like, "But it's so true." And in that moment, I'm glad she said that. It's like, always be there to not normalize it, man. Fight the fight, people.
Like, what's her name? Laura Zara. She's a pop star. She's a British pop star. You heard what she said the other day online?
No.
So one girl posted a thing at her concert, and the girl said, I needed to go to this concert. I needed to listen to this song from Laura Zara. But she's like, at least my baby got to hear it before I aborted her the next day.
Oof.
And Laura, the actual pop star, comments on it, and she goes, yeah, I murdered it up on stage, and the next day you murdered it at the clinic.
Wow.
And like, I don't know how to take that. Is she being,
yeah, I was about to ask, is she pro or is she against? But
people aren't sure what she was being a cheeky bitch, obviously, but like, is she against it, and she's trying to call her out, but she's also making a morbid joke. It's a pretty morbid joke. That's a dark ass joke.
That's a very dark joke. And in the world I envision as your supreme dictator, I would remember moments like this when I've talked about this a few times, when everyone's coming in front of my throne to basically justify their continued existence. In these type of moments, I'd be like, tell me a joke. In fact, tell me that same joke you said 3 years ago. I want to see if it's as funny as when you said it. Oh, don't worry about my armed guards pointing their lasers at you.
I can see you dressed as Thrag on the throne. You got like the wolf belt.
My heart bleeds, whatever. Might die. There's an emptiness inside of me. Pause. You're right, Berlin. Pause. That was a big pause. D Love says she might be against it, but she knows her career will be over if she is pro-life. Yeah, there's only one person that cannot be canceled, I'm convinced there's only one celebrity that cannot be canceled, and it's Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle, good old freaking Dave, man.
Bro, in one of his stand-ups, listen to this, guys. Dave Chappelle made a joke that almost made me just let go of because I really enjoy him. I enjoy him as a philosopher, a thinker, and as a comedian. And he makes a backhanded joke that's perfect. He's like, you know what? Men don't have a right to tell women what to do with their bodies. He's like, that's their fight, guys. We don't have a say in it, you know? But also, women don't have a right to tell me what to do with my wallet. So if you can kill the MFer, I can at least abandon him and not pay for him. And he's like, and if I'm wrong, then maybe we're all wrong. And I was like, that was a good twist. I'm like, that's a good twist, man.
No, that was hysterical. That was absolutely hysterical. Yo, can you speak for a minute?
Yo. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Your image is frozen for me.
Oh no. Am I frozen for everyone else? I seem to still be moving in the live stream. I'm moving in the live stream.
Is it just me, guys? Rumble kids, let me know.
I'm looking at us on YouTube. I'm still going on YouTube. Still going. You can hear me though.
I can hear you.
Oh yeah, they said it's not frozen for them.
Okay, so it's probably just my internet connection. Sorry about that.
Yeah, man, crazy stuff with Invincible, man. Glad I didn't watch the last episode because I definitely would have thrown something at my 75-inch TV, like I'll buy a new one.
Right.
D is like Rumble kids.
So, yo, that's funny that you brought up Chappelle because I think it's a perfect opportunity to watch one of the videos you slid my way.
Yeah, would you mind sharing it so we don't go through any of the shenanigans? Because I know whenever I do it on my side now, for some reason, there's always a little shenanigan, like the audience can't hear it. But I'll set it up while you're looking for it. Dave Chappelle recently got interviewed by NPR, and it was in regards to his career and decisions he's made, the Netflix controversy, all types of stuff. But what we're about to play you right now is, I don't know if you guys are all up on it, the Saudi Arabians, they're spending money everywhere, Mantis. They're spending money on boxing events, MMA events. They're throwing that Saudi money around. Do you remember a few years back, there was a reporter, though, that was assassinated? This is not even a conspiracy.
Right. They killed that dude, yeah.
Yeah, a Saudi prince killed, or some Saudi high up had a man killed who was a reporter who had been reporting on the corruption in the Saudi government. And basically, the only reason we know what happened to this dude was because Apple, for the win, his watch pinged to where they found his dismembered body, if I remember correctly, the story correctly.
That is correct. Yeah, that is correct.
So this portion of the interview, the woman is asking why Dave Chappelle would do a comedy show in Saudi Arabia. And he says something that I'm interested to hear your take on, man. Just roll that beautiful bean footage, my brother. Oh, I can't hear it. I think your thing is muted.
You can't hear it?
No. Click the little volume guy up there. Yeah, bring it in. As long as the audience can hear it.
What about now?
No.
No? Why does this keep happening to us?
Berlin says he's having spoon PTSD. Why? What's going on, Berlin? Why are you having spoon PTSD? So even if we don't get to play the clip, basically what happened.
Don't worry.
Basically, Dave Chappelle is going to go. Berlin says it's really low. Dave Chappelle is going to go on to say in this interview clip, essentially, that it wasn't a problem for everyone to continue to get money from the Saudi Arabians until he did it. And he believes that this is a targeted attack against him as an individual because, he cannot be canceled. He didn't bend the knee a few years back when the diversity crew came for him from Netflix. Do you remember that whole controversy, my brother, where it was him versus the transgender community? And everyone was coming down on Dave Chappelle. And I was like, man, this is it. Netflix is going to pull the show, but Netflix didn't. And they didn't pull it for good reasons. Pause. They had already paid the bill. They gave that man $20 million per episode, I believe it was, or per stand-up. They're not taking that off his show. But he did do a show in Saudi Arabia. And people feel a way about it. What are you guys' thoughts? Oh yeah, Berlin says it could be because the desktop audio is not enabled for the thing. Here, I'll try.
Yeah, let me try again.
What we got over here in YouTube? Carlo Pack 4103 says ew, and he has a chip. Who has a chip? Dave Chappelle has a chip? Chip on his shoulder? Chip in his arm? What's going on? But yeah, what are your thoughts on that, folks? Dave Chappelle taking the Saudi and Arabian money. Actually, let's hear him talk about it.
Yeah, there you go.
The first time I can remember doing a big show in the Middle East, right before I went on stage, they gave me a list of all the things I wasn't supposed to address. It was like right before I went on stage. So I took the list on stage, and that was the show. I just did the list. Don't talk about the royal family. Is that y'all or not? Just made fun of them. Man, they were screaming. Ah. And that was in Dubai. Man, in Riyadh, that crowd watching that comedy, the first time the government let them even see something like this, it was like a baby tasting sugar. If I had choked a tiger out, they couldn't have been more impressed. They were screaming.
U.S. intelligence did make it clear that they believe that the Saudis killed Jamal Khashoggi in the embassy in Turkey. And you knew that when you went, right?
Oh, absolutely. Now, I should tell you.
You had no qualms?
I won't say that. They asked me to go years before that. And I said no for that very reason. Since that time, the United States government does business with the Saudis. Netflix does business with the Saudis. Everyone. The Saudis finance tons of movies. All these. I know. I see them financing boxing matches and all these things. And none of these things were an issue until I went there. Now, why is that? As soon as a black man can make money off the plantation, they try to tell you that the money is dirty. Well, okay, I'll go home and spend the money with actual slave owners on it.
Oh my God, new favorite clip. That is my new favorite clip, right?
So what are your thoughts, my brother? Dave Chappelle said that, no one else had a problem with it when he was bringing us boxing events, Jake Paul events, all types of stuff. The Saudi money goes deep. UFC, everything. As soon as Dave Chappelle goes there, does a show for the people.
Yeah, exactly. Our government still is allies with Saudi Arabia. We do business with them all the time. Big business guys, tech billionaires do business with them. Netflix does business with them. Why can't this one comedian do a show? Why can't he get paid? I don't get it.
Yeah.
I totally agree. I agree with him on every single thing he said. And you know how I'm always trying to avoid like the race thing because I think people jump to the race thing too much. Right. No, he had it right. He has it right this time. This is absolutely this is the thing. They have a problem with a black man. Like if he was a government, they wouldn't say anything. But I'm saying the fact that he's just a black man, they're like, oh, the money's dirty.
Right. And now there's a moral stance. There's a moral dilemma in regards to this, man. I'm honestly happy Dave Chappelle wasn't canceled. Listen, Dave Chappelle has some really weird political takes. He's not someone I would take political advice from. He's an entertainer, right? That says interesting things. Right. Sometimes. And
I don't listen to any of the celebrities for their political takes. They need to, like I said, shut up and dribble.
But
you're gonna make me laugh, funny man.
But I will say Dave Chappelle will put skin in the game, man. He stepped away from a very lucrative contract with Comedy Central early in his career when they wanted him to do things. In fact, Dave Chappelle has made some very interesting takes in regards to the LGBTQ community. Everyone laughs at Ashy Larry. Everyone laughs at the black crackhead skit. The minute you make a gay joke, though, now it's a cultural issue. But you're a community. Comedy reflects communities. Comedies parody stereotypes about communities. Right. So we are recognizing you here at the table as a full-fledged community, and that means the jokes can be on you too. What's the problem? Why is it hate mongering? Where was all this shit when he did the skit about blacks and Latinos in the barbershop dancing to drums and guitar riffs, and it has to be a certain tune, right? What about keeping it real? Everyone loved that. Everyone loves the concept of a substance abuser like excuse my language, like freaking Rick James struggling with cocaine and making jokes about that. We all love that.
Right. Absolutely.
The minute you make a transgender joke, you got failing comedians coming out, and this is their next like leg to stand on to rejuvenate their career. What was the name of that one black kid everyone tells me I look like? He had a show for a little while. Turned out he came out to be gay. His career was done. Right? Career was completely done. Bex knows what I'm talking about. He was friends with Tyler, the Creator. And recently he made a resurgence coming back. It started with him getting in on Dave Chappelle about Dave's views about the transgender community, which always were, hey, why can't I make this joke, or why can I say this if it's okay to say that, right? But this guy has a whole special about it, and then drags his former best friend Tyler, the Creator, into a live documentary series where he basically tells him, do you remember that time I told you I was in love with you and you stopped speaking to me? And Tyler, the Creator, obviously being the type of guy he is, he's like, yeah, I remember that shit. And just I'm like, what's happening here? What's the deal? What am I missing? What am I
be like? I have no memory of that. Really? Did that happen? Don't remember that.
Let's see. D gives him a W over in the chat. They hate him and they wanted to make him crazy, but I wonder why it didn't work. You know why it didn't work, D? Because he was willing to walk away from it all, but then he came back at the right time. Dave Chappelle coming back right when Trump was ascending to power was the perfect timing, man. Actually, it started a little bit before that. His real entrance back in, because anyone that was really into him always still loved him. But when, for some reason, it was a David Blaine episode, and it was at the height of the Meek Mill versus Drake beef. And Drake was actually winning this battle. Meek Mill had just gotten dumped by Nicki Minaj. Drake is disrespecting him, and even Dave Chappelle made a joke at his expense. And then Dave comes back on Saturday Night Live, makes the astute assessment about Donald Trump that a lot of people got mad at, but couldn't help but say, yeah, you know what, he's making a good point. And then the Netflix reemergence. Because he's willing to walk away from it all to prove a point. And I think that's called ethics.
But also don't let someone shame you out of your money. That's another thing. That is the weakest shit ever. That you're trying to live your life. You're trying to live, and then someone tries to make you feel guilty about what's your source of income or whatever. Right. Just stop trying to play your hate. Yeah, and that's what all these people are doing. That's what that sister was doing in that interview right there.
Yes.
How dare she bring that up? How fucking dare her?
Bro, even friggin' Joe Budden and the crew were like, she tried to line him up there, but Dave is very good at dealing with public.
Yes, he is. People confront him all the time, and he really uses wisdom and smarts, and he'll take you head on, and he'll outsmart you.
At the height of the situation with the LGBT community, he said, okay, I will consent. I will agree to a meeting so we can have a conversation. But you will, this is a direct quote. He was like, you will not summon me, right? You will not summon me to the table. I will pick the time and place where we will have this conversation. You're not going to sun me, and we will sit down and have a conversation, but it will not be you preaching at me or speaking down to me. And I was like, that is appropriately said. Berlin says, I might be too young, but I never could get into Dave Chappelle jokes. What? Not saying he a bad comedian. I get it. There is an age in there.
No, wait, hold on. Time out. It's not like he's Eddie Murphy or some shit. He's a very modern fucking comedian.
Right. No, I agree with you. Like
his show was like on the other day. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like they're like, oh, they're watching the classics. Dave Chappelle in his walker. He's some blind old man. Are you fucking kidding me? It was like 2009 when he hung up his hat from his show. So like, I mean, what is that?
Oh, bro, I'm gonna see if I can find that clip. Bex is commenting on the clip I'm talking about with Tyler, the Creator, and the comedian.
I would like to see that, please.
And Tyler, the Creator, is completely poops on him. She was like, it was the funniest thing she's ever seen. Go ahead and entertain the folks while I look for this, man.
Berlin, I don't understand, man. It's not an age difference. Maybe you're just not into his humor, but my man is funny. I mean, do you watch his stand-ups? That's the question I have for you, Berlin. That's your name.
Okay. I got it right here. I'll share it on my side this time.
Yeah. Remember to hit the there's a little toggle at the bottom right before you share. It says share audio. That's what it is. Berlin was right about that one.
I got it shared. Just bring it on up there, sir. I think I have it shared. Am I sharing it? 2 old men streaming. Oh, there we go. Is it up?
Let me see. Yeah.
Oh,
there you go.
Oh, wait, no, I think that's your screen, brother. Yeah, it says the fat mantis. At any rate, while we get this technical.
Okay. So share with me.
I got you. Right
I swear I'm not this much of a boomer. Berlin, is he even going to be able to figure out Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, I'm there we go. Yeah, Berlin's
the reason.
All right, here we go.
Is that I kind of felt like a distance between us. I have an idea of what it is, but what I think made it awkward is because I told you I had feelings for you, and we didn't talk about it ever. That was like weird. I don't know if it was just too awkward to talk about or too. I don't know. Like it's just like I feel like you left me hanging out there a little bit. Like
context,
like when you said that, I think I replied.
No context, right? If you share a moment with a homeboy who never suspected you had any romantic interest in him at all, and then y'all stop talking after you share that, and the next time you hit me up is to say, hey, there's going to be a bunch of cameras and HBO is going to be there, I'm saying no. But Tyler, the Creator, is built differently, apparently.
Well, obviously, this is free press for him, so he's fine with it. But here's what I'm saying. If you suddenly have feelings for your boy, and your boy doesn't know, and then you're like, yo, bro, I have feelings for you, and your boy does not respond, he's just like, I gotta go, I'm late, or some shit, you no longer have the right to ever bring that the fuck up.
No, ever, bro. Let that die, man.
Yeah, no, the gay guy's in the wrong right now. He should not be bringing that up again, especially, you're right, in front of cameras.
But here's the crazy thing. Know your audience, too. You're about to bring up this conversation with Tyler, the Creator, in front of people. Yeah, shout out, man. There were 16, 17 people at one point in the stream over here in Rumble. Appreciate y'all for all the support, man.
Like something super mad, normal, regular, like.
You laughed and called me a stupid bitch.
I did. Yeah, I did. Mm-hmm. I did. And I think I just like brushed it off.
I know.
Yeah. Getting news like that and then avoiding it is a way to avoid change.
So you were avoiding it?
I never said that I wasn't.
Why does he need to talk about this? What is going on here?
And now we're here. And I still don't know how to respond.
Yeah.
Wait. Let me ask you a question. For all the guys in the chat right now, let's bring it to a heterosexual realm right here. I've had this moment with girls that I like, and I've gotten friend zoned. And I've done this thing now that I'm thinking about it. I've brought one without the cameras. I've brought them back into a situation where I'm like, hey, it got weird after what I said. But ladies, can I tell you what was really going on? I was like, enough time might have passed. She did go through a bad breakup. This might be my way in. And we're going to have this awkward conversation. And she's going to be like, Steve, I was wrong. Do you think that's what this dude thought was going to happen with him and Tyler?
Yes, I do. I absolutely do. He's trying to force this conversation. Tyler, the Creator, already gave you his answer. When he called you a bitch, that was your answer. I didn't know that he called him a bitch. I thought he just ignored it. But no, they're ignoring you is your answer.
Right.
So what does this guy want? What is he expecting from this guy?
And they made an HBO special.
Is this the whole show?
Yeah. Where's he going?
It did suck not talking to you. I didn't think brushing that off and continuing regular would be such a dent. Oh no. What would have been the ideal response?
I don't know. Talk about it the next day. Call me like look at me and bring it up and fucking
that shit
move
is
on
gay.
and fucking go to Burger King and say that. I don't know. This, I think. I don't know. Like, more than you can feel yourself like not answering though, right? Like
I don't know what you want me to answer.
Brutal. Is it brutal because it's
like you've only given me
area with a guy and a girl? We'd all kind of be laughing, be like, man, but this is why the red pill was, we'd get there eventually. But because it's two guys, it's like watching a slow car crash. And Tyler's like,
right.
Like, what do you think is going to happen right now, bro? Like, what do you think?
What is talking about it going to do? You've gotten your answer. He's rejected you. Yo, guys, if you text a girl and she leaves you on red, you have your answer.
Right.
Right. This is the exact same shit. What does he think of conversation? Talking about our feelings. He talked about his feelings. He's called you a bitch and he didn't text you back.
Bro, Berlin just said he's doing the 6-7 hand gesture. Oh, man.
How?
Are you wanting the same thing from me? When you told me that, I'm like, nah, I don't, not like that. Like, that's like a brother. That man's like family. Like, truly like family.
Okay, pause it right now.
Right now, Tyler is the biggest feminist ever because he understands women in a more intimate way than you and I will ever.
Right. but here's what I'm saying. Here's the problem with people who have like crushes on other people. Good night, yo, Dragon Lady.
Good night,
God bless.
Dragon
Thank you
Lady.
for coming through. Here's the problem with who people who have like crushes on like other people. Here's what it is. It's your job not to make your crush on somebody their problem.
Yes.
And this is what this guy is doing to Tyler. He's saying, I have a crush on you. It's your problem. It's not his problem. It's your problem, brother.
Yeah.
It's not Tyler's at all. He has given you an answer, or he's pretty much relayed what his feelings are. It's your deal. It's your deal to get over it. Get your fucking life together and stop making your friendship awkward. If you can't hang out with him and not make it awkward, then you need to be out of that friendship.
100%. D Love is dying right now. She's like, you're like a brother to me. Wow. I'm telling you, this is the most male feminist moment we've ever seen on the internet.
This is brutal to watch, mind you, but yeah. Let's see more of this
How
shit.
uncomfortable he looks, man.
I'm uncomfortable.
He ordered room food.
Oh, that's right. You ordered food.
The carton. Okay, this is for tacos.
Okay. It's making Berlin uncomfortable.
Wait, but there's a whole series of this. They do multiple episodes of this shit. Oh god.
Well, this is just one episode of like that moment, man. And how is this relevant to everything we've been talking about? This is something that should not have been on the internet for public consumption. But because it is, the Fanboy Modeling School has a moral imperative to let you know you can't trust the stuff you see on the internet, man, or on popular media. Why did we need to see this moment, intimate as it was, between these two? Why did we need to see Adam Eve get an abortion and still be chubby? They made it that real because they want you to feel something. You gotta reject the feeling they're trying to make you feel, man.
I feel, for this scene, I feel nothing other than awkwardness. Awkwardness is the only feeling. But here's what it is. They're not captivating me the way they were hoping to captivate me.
Yeah, this is not the moment of building and amazingness. But I guess that takes us to our next thing. Man, before we get to the next topic, I want you to know that you are my brother and I'm in perfect agreement with you. I just want to hear everyone else's thoughts on the recent attempt on President Trump's life at the presser.
Okay.
Now, do you want me to queue up some news, up-to-date facts and stuff, or do you want to just ad-lib? What do you want to do here, man?
Yeah. Queue up some up-to-date facts, although I think most people know what's going
on. So why don't you just give us your general thoughts of the events as they are?
So there was another attempt on his life from the left, and of course, the violent left continues. It's madness, right? Some guy who was a California teacher, Christian. Also, they say video game designer. I can't wait to find out which video game he designed. Right. But like, so basically this guy got a room at that hotel and then he hid out in a service room. Right. They don't know how long. It's possibly a day or more to make this happen. He tried to run in. He ended up exchanging fire with Secret Service. It's unknown if anyone was hit, but no one is injured or no one is seriously injured or dead from it. They were able to apprehend him. He ended up having a manifesto. It's so funny. Everyone involved, you saw the people exiting, right?
Yeah.
So Vance runs for it. His wife runs for it, but Trump is kind of just sitting there. He's like, he kind of wanted to, like, almost like he either wants to get shot or he wants to like see what's going on. It was wild.
Bro, you know what the crazy thing is? Apparently Trump never shows up to these things, and I think this is what's lending to the whole "is it a conspiracy" thing. Is he never goes to these things, but the shooting happens, the guy runs, gets stopped pretty quickly, and then I think they pretty much go on with their night. Here's a twist to this whole thing. Erica Kirk was present.
Oh, she was crying when she was let out by Secret Service.
Yeah.
You know what? I feel bad for her. I can't stand all the people of conspiracies against her. She's just some dead dude's wife, and everyone's acting like she's a Russian spy, animal, usurper to the throne, all sorts of crazy accusations. This woman was never prepared to live this life.
No, she wasn't ready. Honestly, I think the smartest thing she could have done in hindsight is continue to take over Turning Point if that's what Charlie wanted. And it seems like to all accounts he wanted her to take over. But I think the next intelligent thing to do for her was not because she's a woman, but to continue the message and the campaign that he was on. Bring on people who are savvy like Crowder and have them pick up Charlie's torch. And it should have been about that narrative. And it became more about the memorial, the fireworks in the background, Candace Owens being and I just found out Candace Owens used to be a video girl, not a video vixen, but a video girl. Did you know that, my brother?
I did not know that. Do you have any old videos of her we could play?
I have one video I could play. I'll get it for you, but let's check this.
All right, I'm joined now live by the President of the United States, President Donald Trump. President Trump, thank you very much for joining us on the Sunday briefing, sir. First off, how are you after all of this, and how is the First Lady doing?
She's doing great. I'm fine, and it was a very sad evening in many ways. And it was also an evening where a lot of people got together. It was I saw some Democrats as we were leaving, and they were generally hostile. And last night they were waving to me, and politicians, congressmen, senators, they were waving and saying, "Great going," and hello. So there was something very nice. I tell you, it was. I mentioned it last night in my little discussion. I think it came together. The place was just coming together. It was very nice to see, actually.
I think you really struck the right tone, I have to say, in your remarks afterward, letting the world know that you're not going to let someone who would wish to do us harm snuff out our right to gather and to recognize the role of the free press in a democracy, and that your leadership in that moment, telling the world to continue and stay strong, was important to hear. But I want to ask you about this news that we heard from the White House about Cole Allen, the suspected shooter, and his motive. I'm being told that he had a manifesto saying he wanted to target Trump administration officials. He had a lot of anti-Trump and anti-Christian rhetoric on his social media accounts, and left a manifesto in his home.
Bex is over there getting spicy in the Rumble chat.
Please tell us.
She says presidential assassinatives used to happen when America was great, right? It seems like things are going accordingly.
So, this is not the interview where he says it. But to put you in your place, your ignorant place, Bex, what he said is during his actual first interview after this that night, he said, yeah, he's like, I want to live, of course, because it's my life, but I also want to live to make America great again. I actually believe that. I want to make that happen. And he said, and it must mean that I'm having an impact. Because if you're making an impact, they come for you. And if you're not impactful, they leave you alone.
Ooh.
Straight up. And so, in order to make a difference, you may gain some haters along the way.
Yeah, if people aren't trying to kill you, then you're not having an impact. That's why I say so. Whenever I go into Burger King, I'm like, listen here, you fat pieces of
trust me, there's several people who want to kill me and they want to off me, and it means I'm doing it right. Okay, straight up. You know this, Bex. Why are you pretending like you don't know this?
Oh man.
Hotel room that his brother had notified New London police about prior to this incident. I know Secret Service agents have been talking to his family members, his sister, at their residence, and said that this individual apparently attended a No Kings protest in California at some point, and that there was some concern that he might carry something out like this. What is your reaction to being the target of so much?
Have a gun? Did he have any weapons?
Yes, he had several weapons, and he had like really good guns. He had a bag of guns, actually. And so he had a shotgun, he had a few handguns, and he had a few Boeing knives.
Nice.
And he actually actively said after he got caught that he was looking for anyone in Trump's cabinet to take out.
Bex, I don't think you're hating Bex. I know you're just keeping it logically consistent. Bex is going to be one thing for sure. She's going to follow the logical consistency of the argument. Like, she's going to stay on it. That's why
the idea that he's doing something wrong because he's attracted people who want to kill him is absurd.
That's what I say about the corner boys, man. I'm like, listen, man, they hate you because they ain't you. You keep pumping that crack into the community. You keep pumping that crack into the community. Let them know. So the guy had guns. Now there's a manifesto that had been found, and there's some allusion to. Well, you know what? Why am I going to try to explain this? Let me just find a video, and then to close out tonight, I will show you Candace Owens. She's not a video vixen. She's a video girl. She's literally a head bopper.
I'm not sure if I understand the difference.
A video vixen is a whore.
Right. So then what's a video girl?
A video girl is just like one of the homegirls, and the side shot of a video is like she's chilling there, like, just doing her thing, man. But it's crazy.
Sounds like a whore to me.
Because it's crazy because Candace from not Bridgeport, the bad side of Connecticut. That's where she grew up. She's actually from a pretty rough side. But let me see if I could just find this something that's really going to infuriate Mantis people. Like, I knew it was going to make you mad. I was like, do I send it to him? I was like, he's gonna get pissed. Maybe at some point we'll talk about the Michael Jackson movie that you went to go see, which you loved. You said you loved the Michael movie, right?
I loved it. Yeah.
I don't know why people are hating. A lot of people are just like,
well, I'm saying it got a $217 million opening weekend. That's like incredibly good.
So what do you think? The critics just needed something to hate type of deal?
So here's what it is. I think just like, we're talking about how the mainstream, they're woke and they have politics involved. The mainstream critics won't give it a good rating because of who Michael is. And Michael has, basically, they don't want to be recorded as giving a good review to the life story of a pedophile. Right?
Right.
And so they're stuck to this, and so they have to bring this shit up.
Was he ever convicted of any of that stuff?
No,
we all probably have
brought to court over this stuff. He's never
court, but there were no formal charges that stuck or anything like that.
So here's what it is: there are, and this is what celebrities do literally all the time. Just because he settles out of court with somebody, they sue them. And what the celebrity wants is for them to shut up. Now, wait, before I finish, I don't want anyone to think that I'm saying he isn't a pedophile. It is, he seems like he could have been a pedophile, right? I'm just saying just because he paid people hush money in terms of settling out of court doesn't mean he's guilty, because people do it all the time.
Right. I get you.
You know,
I get you. I get you. All right. Here's the thing that's going to make you really upset, brother.
Okay, let's do it.
So we all probably have heard that there was a shooter at the White House Correspondents' Dinner yesterday. But what you probably don't know is that he actually wrote a manifesto and sent it to family right before the event. And the manifesto really reveals his motivations and intentions. And it also reveals some other things, his religious convictions.
Hold on.
It seems that he identified...
Hold on. Bex, the shooter being biracial will not stand up in the court of law. You got to leave people alone.
Why are you hating, Bex? Why are you hating? I guess you're going to come for me next, eh, Bex?
Bex is going to be like, was he even black? The beige.
I can already tell this video is bullshit and this guy is bullshit, but go on.
As a Christian, he was concerned about properly interpreting the words of Jesus in the Gospels, namely the part where Jesus refers to turning the other cheek. He wanted to make sure that the audience was aware that turning the other cheek doesn't really apply to him, because he is not the one being oppressed. Rather, it applies only to the ones who are being oppressed.
Okay, so I'd like to point out that he did say that he was a Christian. However, in his manifesto, he insults most American Christians. Like, he's like, these evangelicals who suck his dick, and like saying comments like that. And so to say that he's a very convicted Christian, it actually sounds like he's more of a self-hating Christian. Right.
Bex may have coined a new phrase, beige rage. She said, did the president get beige raged? These people, leave those people alone, Bex. They are a voting bloc, and I want them.
And he's just the Palestinians and the Iranians. And here's his motive. He believes that Trump is a pedophile, a rapist, and is oppressing other people in other countries, and therefore needs to be held accountable. And the words of the Gospels should not deter him, because, in fact, when properly interpreted according to him, they allow for this kind of attempt on the life of Trump. Let's take a look. He says, turning the other cheek is for when you yourself are oppressed. I'm not the person raped in a detention camp. I'm not the fisherman executed without a trial. Now, here he's referring to Palestinians. It recently came out that Israel uses male dogs to rape and sodomize male Palestinian.
I should have said, if you got kids listening for any reason.
What the hell type of video did you just put on the screen? Steve, I cannot bring you anywhere. Is that going to get us shut down? Is this video going to get banned?
No, we're on Rumble, and this is up on YouTube, bro.
We're on a lot of things right now.
Detainees. And the fisherman is also a reference to Palestinians, who are often detained for no reason and held in Israeli dungeons for years without any kind of due process. He says, I'm not a school kid
pro anti-Zionist psycho. Okay. Is this what like you Catholics listen to nowadays?
Right now the Zionists are having a rough go of it, man. Did you know recently in Israel, right, the anti-Zionist Orthodox community celebrated on the celebration of the state of Israel's existence? I think it was 78 years they just celebrated. The Orthodox community there's an Orthodox community that lives there that believes that Israel is in full rebellion against God by giving into secular powers and having the creation of the state. I've heard of these folks before, but yeah, they were out marching. They were out marching proud. I didn't know it was that many of them though. I thought it was gonna be like 5 of them out there marching. It was like,
no, I know about them. I know about them. They don't. So yeah, growing up, in high school, I had a this is so weird. One of my friends' father, who he's a choreographer, and if someone's like, why is there a choreographer at your school? Because I went to an art school, and so that was for the dance academy, like up on the 8th floor. But like, he's a choreographer, and he was an Orthodox Jew. However, he didn't believe in the state of Israel. And I was like, and I one day I remember I was in high school and I asked him, I was like, why don't you believe in Israel? Aren't you Jewish? And he said, only God can tell us to go back to the Holy Land. And man has told us to go back, but not God. We can only go there when God tells us to return.
Oof. That really that rubs the dispensationalism of yourself. That's like when a black person says something that makes a liberal uncomfortable. It's like,
it's my favorite thing in the world to do that.
Does not compute.
Teenage girl abused by the many criminals in this administration. Turning the other cheek when someone else is oppressed is not Christian behavior. It is complicity in the oppressor's crimes. The child starved refers to Palestinian children. The kids blown up refers to the Iranian school children that were blown up by the U.S. on the first day of the Iran war. And the many girls abused by this administration is a reference to the Epstein files. This suggests that Trump may have had something to do with underage girls and their abuse. And notice the part where he's very concerned about identifying what is proper Christian behavior. This is something that only someone who identifies as a Christian would be interested in. Atheists and non-Christians don't really care about what's proper Christian behavior. Only somebody who identifies as a Christian would want to pontificate on what is properly Christian. You know what I mean?
So is a self-hating Christian a Christian?
No.
A true Christian?
No. I don't think you can be a self-hating Christian and be a Christian.
Well, right, and so
let's define
this guy claims to, like, it's true in his manifesto. He's like, I'm a Christian, but he shits on all other Christians. He thinks all other Christians are complicit, horrible monsters, right? And so, a Christian who hates other Christians, in my opinion, is not a real Christian.
Well, let me ask you a question. Let's unpack it, right? And unfortunately, you're going to make me argue the other side here. When you rebuke a Christian for their behaviors, do you think that's self-hatred? Because I don't. Like when you call out, okay, for instance, people will commonly call out the Pope for liberal talking points, right? But on paper and officially in canon law, the Pope has not ordained or condoned same-sex marriage, right? Right? But does that make
you mean this week? Give it a few weeks. It's going to happen.
So does that make you a self-hating Christian if you can condemn dispensationalism and Zionism? Does that make you a self-hating Christian?
So here's what it is. I would say that if you are selective about the Christians you're calling out and you're like, I don't agree with them, that's different than hating all other Christians.
Right.
Right. And I would say from what I've heard, and once again, he's talking about what he's heard, and I'm talking about what I've heard. And for all we know, there's the truth is somewhere in between or neither. Right. But from what I heard, it sounds like he hates other Christians. He has anti-Christian rhetoric in it. It sounds like he hates all Christians.
Listen, my litmus test is usually someone's theology before I say, and I really tried my best to refrain from bashing believers online, them personally. I will bash their theology. I want the person to walk away saying, hey, I have no contempt for you, just your views. You know what I'm saying? Like I have utter contempt for your views. I wish you the best in life. But the interesting thing is that this is a show called Cross Examine, and it's Michael Lofton, and he's a Catholic apologist. And just recently, he came out and he has some choice words for something that may or may not be real, my brother. I didn't have the time to research it, but the new head of the Anglican Church in England, that lady they elected recently went to the Vatican, may or may not. You know how it goes on the internet. I don't know if this is true. The Archbishop of Canterbury, and was welcomed and received by what looks like a Catholic bishop. Now, when I first saw it, I started to froth. I was starting to get literally angry. Like, why?
I understand.
Why can't we even trust our leaders to be consistent with what we know to be true? But then I said, let me take a step back, because the guy who disciples me sent me a great video, and it reminds me of something that I keep close to my heart. The laity really have been stepping up in regards to faith. Like those 3,000 people that joined, that got confirmed into the Catholic Church in New York City, that wasn't because of anything that the priests were out there doing. That was because those people went there seeking truth. I just hope that our leaders can be consistent, whether you be evangelical, Catholic, Reformed, or otherwise.
I agree with that.
I want our leaders to be consistent with what we believe. And I'm just tired of a watered down message, right? When we were doing all our talks about Christian nationalism, I don't have a problem with it on the face of it. I have an issue if by Christian nationalism, you mean we have to let guys like Nick Fuentes at the table. right?
I unfollowed this chick the other day. Oh my god! So she makes she's a Christian wife, a woman who makes like funny Christian.
Oh, are you talking about Liz on friggin' X? I agree with you, D. That's a good pick.
I don't know her. I don't remember her name, so I'm not going to say it is Liz. But she actually then broke character and did a TikTok/reel where she goes, I know all of you guys are trying to force me to have an opinion or turn on my content creators that I like. And she says, I'm not going to hate on, like, she's like, I'm not going to stop watching Tucker Carlson just because he, does this and that. I'm not going to, and she's listing the people. And eventually she says, I'm not going to stop watching Nick Fuentes.
Yeah. See, there it is.
And as soon as it happened, I was like, unsubscribe. Yeah, I don't need that in my life. I don't need someone like you in my life.
Just checking in the chat, and Rumble D says, no, not at all. As Christians, we should correct each other. And I think there's a level of correction. I don't agree with everything this guy Michael Lofton says. I do like that he's consistent, brother. Like, he will call out the Pope in a second. Like, he called out a bishop recently for not, let's call a spade a spade. You know that woman that hangs out at the faith committee with Trump, Paula White?
Oh, yeah, that chick. That chick is wild.
She's a full-blown heretic. Like she's a full-blown heretic.
Right. She's a con artist. She's a con artist.
It makes me very nervous that she's that close to the president. But Trump dodges another bullet, man. He's like Quicksilver. He sees these things coming.
Okay, so I have a theory. I have like a conspiracy theory where I believe that Trump put up that crazy picture we talked about last week to distract from Iran.
Oh, the Jesus picture?
Yeah, the Jesus picture. But by the way, did you notice his apology?
I did.
Yeah, no one ever. I notice everyone likes to talk about that, but they don't talk about his apology. And so he put up a picture of Jesus hugging him. And he actually says, I know I've never been the best Christian. My family wasn't very Christian growing up, and blah, blah, blah. And basically he ended up giving this apology, but he's basically saying he's never been a really good Christian and he didn't realize how bad he would offend people. This dude never apologizes for fucking anything. He could accidentally shoot your grandfather in the face. He wouldn't apologize. Right? He apologized for that. This is the first time he apologized. I'm like, I have some respect for that.
If he shot your grandfather in the face, he'd be like, well, what was he doing outside? Why did he get in the way of my bullet? Why did he vote for Nancy Pelosi?
Yeah, exactly.
There it is. The crescendo for the show tonight, folks. All right. That's her, Mantis. Can you believe it?
Holy shit. Yo, this girl is
Before she got famous, she appeared in a music video for Young Steph featuring Mano. She wasn't the main girl. She was only on screen for a few seconds. This is shocking because Candace Owens is the type of woman who criticizes women for doing this, yet she did it herself. At the time, she was signed to an agency called Explore Talent and trying to break into acting and modeling. Her part in the video was very short, maybe because she couldn't dance.
In an interview with Fresh and Fit, she hinted at having a darker past.
So that's what I'm saying. She's the Diddy Bop girl in the video.
Here's what I'm saying. I mean, it's so funny. If you look up the history, this is why I was talking about the other day. Remember how I was anti-idols? Not idols, but like human idols, where I'm like, don't idolize any of these people because they're all pieces of shit at the end of the day, right? Don't idolize your pastor. Don't idolize content creators. At the end of the day, like for instance, if you look at content creators, most of them are narcissists who are either actors, and they were back in the day, they would do anything to be famous. And they happen to fall on, I'm a right-wing Christian YouTuber, right? That's the niche that worked out for them. But if you research them, a lot of them are, I guess, similar to her, where they have different origins. They try to be movie reviewers. They try to be whatever the fuck it is, right? Fitness influencers. It didn't work out. Finally, they hit something that works. But it's another reason not to trust them. Miss Super Catholic, Miss Super like together woman criticizes Bop girls. At the end of the day, started as a Bop girl.
Bro, D says in the chat she wasn't even on point with that swing. I thought she did a pretty decent job.
I agree. Oh my! I was thinking that exact thing, D. Yeah, her swing. Go back, rewind it. Her swing was off. Her swing was off. That was not.
And mentioned that her best friend was a groupie who used to.
She's against the other three.
I actually had a friend, ironically, in Miami who, like, we were best friends all through high school. Went to a club one night, and our luck somehow ended up with like meeting, you know, Wyclef and Lil Wayne, and she just turned the whole life. And I remember I was so broke, and she was living in like a condo in Miami. We were in our early 20s. I was visiting her coming from school, and she gave up school, you know, sleeping with everybody, Drake, you know, but she was living in like, you know, imagine I'm like 20 years old, and I was 19, I think, and she was living. It just looked like she had so much, you know. And
where's she at now?
Well, I'm gonna update you on her story real quick, right? And she was so innocent, but then she just was effing everybody, and every rapper was paying for her. And I remember vividly crying on the phone with my friend named Devin, and I was just like, it's so unfair. She has everything, and it's like, if only I just slept with this guy, like I could have everything that he has. And he said, Candace, if you think that in 10 years your life is not going to be better than hers, you're out of your mind. Promise you, stop being friends with her. After I just couldn't look at her do this to her life anymore. And 10 years later, almost to the day, I was with Charlie Kirk. We walked into the Four Seasons Hotel in Los Angeles.
Her fellow X-Man.
And she was the hostess.
Wow, working.
Wow.
Oh shit! Who recognized him first?
We both. We were
immediately
literally best friends.
Yeah, okay.
You know, like inseparable sisters, and like the temptation, the money, the whatever from that one night. And she threw herself at the rappers too. Like it wasn't like it was Wyclef Jean. Like it wasn't like he was being like, she threw herself at him, whole thing. And it was wild. And actually, funny enough, then I went and started working out of school, and I was working in private equity. And my boss got married, and he wanted to get Wyclef Jean. So I hadn't seen Wyclef since. And then I saw him, and he said to me, I'll never forget this, in the elevator, I am so proud of you for where you ended up in life. And like, because you just knew that I was the friend that said no.
As long as it wasn't
Whoa, Hold on, what's going on over here in the chat? D says she wasn't Steve. Don't defend her. See, if I don't defend black women,
her shuffle was off.
Yeah,
which is why they didn't show more than a few seconds.
Another show. Beck says, well, at least she wasn't strung out on crack. Being a hostess ain't bad. Talking about Candace friends. D Love says, now I don't believe her.
I don't believe that story either. She made that shit up. She makes a lot of shit. I don't. Nowadays, we've seen the true her. She is either schizophrenic or like the ultimate grifter. But she's the one who claims that her and Charlie were X-Men who went to Xavier school, and Charlie was a time traveler, apparently. She's entertaining to watch, but she's worse than Alex Jones, right?
Bro, yeah, you know what's crazy? Alex Jones has been going in on Trump, man. Some pretty funny skits, man.
Yeah, basically Alex Jones and Tucker Carlson have completely turned on Trump, and Tucker even said Alex was the first one to say, yeah, Trump is separating himself from me, and I'm proud of it. I don't want to be associated with him. And then Tucker said, I regret endorsing him for president.
Ooh, yeah, I heard that.
I cannot wait till we get them. I cannot wait for the vengeance we're gonna get on these guys.
D's over here going off. She said, this is the woman who says Charlie Kirk talked to her in her dream.
Right. She said he's a time traveler who still speaks to her in her dreams. He has special powers. She said they were. She made some comment. I
can't even look at her face anymore. He's like,
yeah. She said some. I couldn't tell it was a metaphor, but she's like, me and him both have special gifts. It's like we went to Xavier school together, and I was like, are you speaking figuratively, or do you really think that you went to Xavier School for Gifted Youngsters?
You want to hear some funny? Some of the comments in here. One person says Candace Owens was a video vixen before she was famous. Her best friend was a groupie who dated Drake, and Wyclef Jean, not believing it that much. Next person says that's not a video vixen. She was just a girl in the video. Stop. Okay. Dead woman, painted nails. That's a hell of a name. Video vixen is a reach. Melissa Ford is a video vixen. This looks like she was an extra in a few videos.
Wait, so I want to point something out. The reason she's not a video vixen is she failed at it. Homegirl could not sway or bop correctly to the music. And you know how easy that is? Play some music right now. Watch me sway.
Okay, go for it.
It's so easy, and she failed at that. So she failed, and that's why she had to end up being on Conservatube, right? Because she didn't have what it takes to be a video vixen.
Oh, Beck says, I want to see The Friend. You know, it's funny, when she was talking about The Friend, I thought The Friend was going to be Melissa Ford. I was like, is her friend Superhead? Do you know? Oh, no, Melissa Ford isn't Superhead. Melissa Ford is is Melissa Ford Superhead, Beck? So is that the one?
I'm sorry. I know Melissa Ford is. I don't know who Superhead is. Who's Superhead?
Oh, my goodness. She's, oof.
What am I missing here? Superhead? Do I want to know this girl?
She's like an urban legend in the hip hop community, man. Bro, let me put you this way.
Trans girl. Okay, I got it.
Let me put it this way, man. Jadakiss is the one that gave her the name, but it made her famous. She wrote a book. She's one of the first expose video vixens to write a book about like the spilling the tea. And then later on in life, she somehow got a resurgence because of a Jadakiss clip. She's got a man that lives with her, and she basically tells us all on the internet, surprise, surprise, how her man knows she gets flown out, and his job is just to be there in her house when she comes home.
Brothers, you got to reach for more, yo. There's more for you out there, man. Why are you settling for this bullshit? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
You know, I just realized, man, as we wind down here, if someone came in our show, they'd have a real hard time pegging down if we're red pillars, conservative commentators, angry nerds.
You know, so here's the thing. That's why we never took off. Because here's what it is now in this world, or should I say the internet world, for content creation, you have to make yourself easy acceptable into like one category or the other. And you have to be, and what it is me and you are truly honest, like normal people.
Right.
But like, here's what I'm saying. If we were to make it, we'd be like, we would choose red pill, right? And we'd be like, and we're just always just going to say red pill talking points.
That's a good point.
Or if we were like Christian, we're like, we'll do Christian and we'll just hit all the things.
No, okay.
We'll make fun of Joel Osteen. We'll, whatever the music video is.
It is Melissa Ford, but I had it wrong, my brother. Melissa Ford was recently, she's a video vixen from Canada, a beige person, presents as black, and that's not Superhead. Do you want to know Superhead's real name, Mantis? No, I can't believe I have to put this in my search bar.
Yo, if you end up saying my mother's name, I am gonna drive up there and knock you out, son.
Karen,
you think I don't predict the joke you're about to make?
Karen, that's right, D. Karen is Superhead, and Melissa is not Superhead.
It's Karen what? It's Karen what?
No, don't go search it up, brother. Stay strong, brother. Stay pure. Stay pure. Karen Steffens.
Thank you. For giving me information I will not use in any way, shape, or form because I'm a good Christian boy.
But no, I agree with you, man. It's one of the reasons like why we did it's like instantly blow up on YouTube. I remember the El Guapo interview. I was just like, man, we can do this, man. We follow this guy deep into the red pill. We can be talking heads for the red pill.
I'm going to be real. And as long as we're reminiscing about the olden times, when you did, and I remember this was green room status, when you did that interview with Guapo, I was so impressed. It was like a great interview. And I even thought, I was like, yo, Steve could be a good red pillar. Because he actually hates women. But here's what it is. I didn't step in your way to being a red pillar. You stepped in your own way.
You talked me out, and I appreciate that. Beck says if Mantis was paying attention to Beck's rated episodes, he'd know who Superhead was. Well, Bex, you're gonna have to rehash that episode on RizRadio.com.
Yeah, you are.
I remember. He says they all bill around, man. I'm glad we went live tonight, man. We almost didn't do this, folks.
So glad we went live. Absolutely. It's always a good time, man. And I always love it. I love talking the issues with you as long as we're not debating Christianity. He's just like, man, just the problem with your hermeneutics is, and I'm like, yo, chill, dog, chill. Okay. Trying to talk about Mortal Kombat and hip hop bitches. I want to do an interview with Superhead, not with the Pope.
You know what's crazy, man, is Vlad TV pays her to come on and basically talk about how hot she used to be. And in my opinion, my estimation, she's not that hot. I mean, she was cute back in the day for sure.
So let's get real. She's talking about all the dicks she sucked.
In any setting you're at, especially when there's a group of men. As soon as a woman says something like that, it's like, hello.
Yeah, no, I feel really bad for her.
I do, because that's what you know, and that's your legacy. That's your legacy, right? Your kids go to school one day. You all right, brother? Checking the clock shape.
No, it's the light. There we go. It was lighting. I had some lighting issues.
All right, man. But I guess we're winding down now, man. Did everyone have a good time over in the chat? Rumble, thank you for showing us so much love. Thank you, D-Love, and all the Rumble crew.
Yo, Rumble kids, you guys are weird, but I love you. Can't wait to fight you in Mortal Kombat. I'm going to take your bitch asses out. But thank you.
Is there someone you guys would like to D? Is there anyone that everyone can go over and raid after this stream? Who should they go raid next, man? I mean, you won't find content like this anywhere else on the internet, but where can they go next? And when
Who's
are you
live streaming next?
Who's live streaming next?
Although Bex, you're not raiding nobody. You know what's up.
Bex says, "Oh my God, imagine people knowing your mother is Superhead." Could you imagine that moment?
Oh my fucking! Like I'm sorry, I'm cursing because the mere concept of an existence of a Superhead is blowing my mind. Imagine if that was your Ma Dukes.
That'd be crazy. Yes, D. I will. I don't have work tomorrow, so I can stay up for another hour. Who are we raiding next? Where are we going next, man? Remember that used to be such a big thing in Spoon? You'd be signing off. You're like, now jump over and Rap Manchester stream. Everyone go.
Right.
You people are treacherous, man. I remember one night that will live in infamy, man. There was like 26 people in Request Box Live. You guys are all showing me love. There are characters all over the screen. And I'm like, all right, my buddy's going up live next. He's going to be DJing for the next hour or so. Make sure y'all go in there and show up some love. Nobody came. It was just me and that.
Well, I'm saying we just saw a DJ stream you, and so then why do we, no.
Monsters, all of you, and each one of you said, "Yeah, I'll be in there." Man just came in.
That's just something you say. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna hook that motherfucker up. I'll be there. I just walk away. Just walk away from my phone.
Stream etiquette, man. It's streaming etiquette. I'm like, man, we got to follow the rules, man.
Yo, did you have fun? Did you have fun tonight?
I did, man. I needed to do this. This was a lot of fun, man. Sundays.
Absolutely.
It's a good time. Sign us off, my brother.
And so this is the Fat Mantis right here with the Fanboy Modeling School calling it an end. Of course, if you don't want the action to end, you can hit us up over on Riz Radio at rizradio.com, or you can find us on Live 365 or wherever digital radio is found. You can find the Fat Mantis Saturdays, Sundays, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. on Burn Your Degree right there on Riz Radio. And my man right here, Steve, where can they find you when you're not here?
Mic check. Sunday nights, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. and Tuesday, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Talking about all your current events in hip hop or otherwise. Pooing on your favorite rappers is really what I like.
I love that. I love how you've become basically the angry DJ. You're like, you know who sucks? Jadakiss. And I'm like, wait a minute, I love Jadakiss. And then you're like, no, I'll explain it to you. I will explain why you're confused. I love that. That is some of the best DJing in the business. Can only find it on Steve's show.
Right.
Mic check on Riz Radio. And you can always catch us on rizradio.com if you don't have one of those fancy apps. And other than that, this is the Fanboy Modeling School calling it a day.
One thing, if you're in the chat right now, anyone that's left, 12 people, everyone's going to Eternal_Spartan stream. Go to Eternal_Spartan stream. Also, check out DT Dub TV here on Rumble and check out D Love. There's a link there for you. And I'm going to click it to make sure I have it ready. Open a new tab. Boom. There we go. My brother, finish it off. Give him the coin phrase.
Until next time, ciao for motherfucking now.
Peace.
Peace.